Hi, this is Kim Watson. In this video, I really would like to hear from you in terms of what you would like from your broker. Now, we recently launched a new website. It's called bestbrokersonline.com. Which is dedicated to listing the best brokers there are out there. Now, what I would like to know is what to you would make it the best broker, because obviously to us the listing we've got at the moment, and it's quite a limited listing, there's another one going on there very shortly, but these are based on our own experience with these brokers and that of our community. We wouldn't have a single broker on there if we haven't come across them, used them, or our communities not using them. Plus it's over a period. It's not like just literally having a quick look. Oh, that's okay. It's got to be there and in and out and use over a period of time. So there's a lot of experience shared effectively from our community with us as well of the brokers they've used. And the reason there's so few on there, particularly some of the big ones are missing, is because they don't really treat our customers very well. And why would we want to put them on there? They slip them. They don't have a great customer service on a lot of occasions. Some of them absolutely cane them on the swaps, the overnight fees. Now, okay, can't get away from those, but at the same time, different brokers are treating people a lot worse than others. And I guess it's like banks and everything else. What we're trying to identify here is really some brokers that really treat their clients well. And if they're not treating you well and you've come through us, you just let us know, because we'll speak to them and we'll delist them if it comes to it. But more importantly, we want to make sure that whatever your gripe is with them, is it's settled. So what I thought I'd do is I'd let you know what I'm looking for from my broker and what my broker's got to be doing to keep my business effectively. Firstly, execution. It's got to have great execution. I'm a day trader more than a swing trader, although I do have swing positions open, but the majority of my trading is day trading. So execution, it means quite a lot. I don't go in for massive numbers of trades, but what I worked it out once, that if I was to have like a slip of 2 pips or 1 pip on every, just even a pip, 1 pip or half a pip on every trade I took over a year, it'd be a significant amount of money, and I'd like that. So I like to keep it. So execution is very key for me. My preference is to look at a broker that has no last look. That is, if they're offering you a price, you click on it, you get it filled at it. So long as they've got the size there and you can see that the size is there, then no last look. In other words, they won't look back to the market to see if they can get that field executed externally. It may only take milliseconds, but milliseconds is sometimes eternity. They've got to have low latency. They've got to be fast. When you click the button, I really want it to happen there and then. One of the things about last look and everything else, I was speaking to someone about a rather large broker from London just yesterday, and they told me who I was with, and I said, well, I left them quite a few years ago because they always, we used to get this little the pain deaf, the little whirring thing that would just be going around, and you'd be watching that and you're thinking, I'm going to get filled, or am I not going to get filled, and it'll be a requote or something like that. And I said, that's why we left them. He said, well, they're still not that great, so I don't want any of that. Now I want low charges. I'd rather personally pay a charge and have a smaller spread than have it merged in. But in that case, I want the charges to be low. I don't want to be a high cost basis. But it's like the spreads. I don't want the spread slightly thinner, and then when it comes to the execution, every time I press the button, I'm 0.5 behind the game. And I've noticed this on some of the brokers I've tested over the years, or even traded with, that you've got to look at what they're quoting as you hit the button, and if it's not filled at that level, okay, it may slip a tenth, one little tiny bit. It may just to get your size of your position in there. When you're trading hundreds of anyway, it's important that you're not being slipped half a pip every time, because you'll find that some brokers are effectively doing that, or it's 0.3, 0.4 on regular occasions. I watch it, and I also watch what my stop and my limit orders are getting filled at? Do they give you positive spread, positive slippage if the market's moving that quickly? A lot only take with one hand and don't give back with the other hand. So in fact, some brokers have it written in their rules that they will not give you positive slippage. They have the right not to give you positive slippage. But it's an unfair platform sometimes. Now, talking of platforms, options and platforms, I like old-fashioned MT4 quite a bit, but I'm becoming to like LMAX's platform as well. So it's given me what I want, a very simple operation, very easy things to do. So what are you looking for? And I've listed a few things that you might find interesting or be beyond what I'm looking at. Execution, is it execution? Is it small spreads? Would you prefer fixed spreads or variable spreads? Most brokers in the UK switch to variable spreads, which isn't necessarily what everyone. I mean, some people are just better off a fixed spread. If you know your spread is 0.7 or 0.8, then you're gonna have a spread of 0.8, and it's just fixed. Okay, it may move quite quickly, and sometimes you might get a slip, but there's swings and roundabouts on these. Do you want all-inclusive, or do you want your spread and a charge? In other words, I pay a fee, $3 round trip. Do you want to pay that, which is about 0.3 on a contract? So my spreads of 0.4, 0.5, you come up to 0.8. I add it on and work it that way, but it's what you prefer. I like the small spreads and the charge because sometimes I don't get stopped out. I mean, I'm within a point of a pip or something like that, a couple of pips sometimes, and you're not being stopped out. A couple of attempts, I should say. A good charting package. Do you want your broker to provide you with that, or are you happy just sort of finding your own? I know quite a few people stick with rather, horrible brokers, I believe, just for the charting package. But there's some great charting packages on these brokers that we recommend on our site here. Do you want a fancy trading platform? Do you want all the bells and whistles and the lights and everything to be flashing? Do you want it simple? News services, do you want these with it, or are you quite happy with some of the services that are so free and so good out there? I must admit, I use a paid-for news service, and I'm beginning to think I may as well just get rid of that and just use some of the services out there just as quick. Education, do you want education from your broker? Are you quite happy getting it from good people like us, or would you like to get a bit more education from your broker? Would you like a deal with the broker? What would make you move brokers? So there's quite a few questions there. If you could help me, I'd be very appreciative of doing so, because it will help us build up even more acknowledgement of what you're looking for. And I mean, I know what I'm wanting from these brokers, and most of them would give me at least parts of what I'm looking for. So you can actually visit our broker site and see what, look at the brokers that are on there and see. It may help you with your decision of what you're looking for. There's information on that in terms of the different types of brokers, the risks and everything else. There's plenty to read on that website in different parts, which might help you in understanding whether an ECN or an exchange broker or a market maker, what type of broker they are. You may find it quite useful. Now, as I said, I would like to know what means the most to you. So it's quite an ask I appreciate. But if you could leave me a note on the bottom of this video, or contact me on info@bestbrokersonline.com, it'd be very much appreciated, as I said, and it helps us to build the sort of knowledge that's what's going behind there. So there you go. If you could, as I say, visit the site, have a look, see what the sort of things that may appeal to you. As a list, I can leave you on the list here. Just there you go. There's the list. If there's things on there that you think, well, actually, that's what I'm looking for. As I say, I'd really appreciate if you would complete that for me, or just whatever, as I say, appeals to you. Many thanks.